should be dead right now.
Welcome into Drive Pink Stadium, home of Inter Miami. Inter Miami taking on New England Revolution here this evening. Now, the team has not played in 19 days. Obviously, the game last weekend was canceled due to a weather delay. There's no weather delay here tonight, gentlemen. I mean, he's a fancy lad. I finally learned what that means now. I'm not going to jinx it. To be fair, I did drive through like a tropical storm here. Miami, it's the only place in the world where I feel like you get 4 seasons without the snow. It's like a tropical storm, a hurricane. I mean, you name it, we got it. But again, we come dressed to impress today.
If looks could kill, by the way, that was our intro song as well. That's the three of us.
Yeah.
Little fancy tip for you. They created that song for us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
All right, let's
like
get to the good stuff. Obviously, it's a huge game here tonight. Again, going back to my point that Inter Miami have not played in 19 days. They were supposed to play last weekend. It got canceled due to weather. They got stuck there overnight because of the weather. So, I mean, just add problems on problems on problems here. So, let's just talk about this evening. Going up against New England, what do they have to do here tonight?
Well, for me, when you go back to the cancellation at the weekend, I was talking to some people around the club. They were building up towards that Red Bulls game, and it was kind of like meant to be, I think, something of a rebirth for the team.
Mhm.
When you consider the players coming back from injury, the introductions into the team, I think it was going to be a fairly momentous occasion. So I kind of wonder if they can get themselves back up again from where they were on Saturday from a mental standpoint. They're playing a team that's top of the Eastern Conference that right now is going to challenge for the Supporter Shield in New England, albeit without some key contributors. But there are some things to pick at in this team, but still, you look at a team that's top of the East, and you have a huge challenge ahead of you.
And we'll get to those key contributors for New England that are absent here tonight in the match. But I do want to talk about players that are healthy for our match. It's the first time since week 2 where we have Robinson, Higuain, and Pizarro in this lineup. We're going to break down the lineup in a minute. But is this going to be a huge factor here tonight for the 3 points?
It has to be a huge factor, without a doubt. I mean, if you look at New England, their three DPs are really producing. So our DPs need to do the same thing. And with Pizarro back in, healthy, fitter, with Higuain healthy and fitter, those 18 days really has helped this team. You put Marsman in goal, you put Robinson that has some speed up front as well. I agree with Chris. You can say, hey, they might be rusty after 18 days. They're playing against a team that just played 4 days ago. I'd rather be into Miami's shoes with also some of the players missing for New England due to CONCACAF duty and some injuries. I think this could be the game and has to be the game for them to come out firing on all cylinders and go after this team that I think is somewhat fatigued.
And it was interesting speaking to Phil Neville after one of the training sessions. He said, we've had time to be on the training ground. We've had time to really look at what hasn't been working for us. Obviously, bringing in Marsman, I'm going to jump to him in a moment because he is a big component of how they do want to play this match. But one key player that he brought up, and it was Pizarro. And he said he has been our best trainer for the last 3 weeks. And obviously, being left off that Mexican side, I think maybe knocked a little bit of, ooh, I need to fight a little bit here. And it was the first time that Phil Neville said in training, he was the sharpest, he was the fittest, and he was really leading by example.
And there's a lot of opportunities for a player like Rodolfo Pizarro to step up into that role. He does eventually get called into the Mexican team. We should say that he'll be joining them after this match. There was some data as to whether or not he'd be here tonight. He will be here tonight and he will start. But still, that kind of wake up call is an important one because I always kind of felt that even if Pizarro's form struggled with Inter Miami, he was going to get called into Mexico. He appeared to be one of Tata Martino's favorites. And so the idea that he wasn't called in probably was something for him to get after it harder on the training ground. And Phil Neville also talked about it from a more holistic point of view. From, you mentioned the training, but also the team gathering around him. I think it kind of, based on the way this team has been built, it requires Rodolfo Pizarro to be at the middle of it, to be the creator, to be the guy that grabs the game by the scruff of the neck from that number 10 position. It's something that he's never really done in his career, and yet in this league, in that position, there should be an opportunity for him to do so. So tonight's a third, a fourth chance for him to give it a go.
There's nothing better, and Kayla knows that external factors are able to motivate you, and that's what's happening with him right now. It comes from the Mexican team has said yes again, but he was in the outs looking in. He wasn't performing well here, so I hope that being great in training can also translate in being great on the pitch on game day. You have great game day players, poor practice players. Ray Hudson was one of those. Ray did.
Whoa!
Wow, Ray!
Ray
wasn't you under.
But the game time, he was always there. I hope that Pizarro's tremendous skill level can show it on the field and give Phil Neville actually a reward because Phil believes in his still
Yep.
in his player.
Thomas, I will say that we showed up for not only training sessions, but also
True.
in game. And now we're showing up to the broadcast. We really do it all. But I want to jump to one player that is not going to be in the lineup. So Gregory, obviously picking up that red card, was due to miss on the weekend. So it will be Blaze Matuidi and Iowa in there. What does Iowa have to do, or Matuidi have to do, without the absence of a Gregory?
Well, I think one of the most important things is in that particular position. If I look at New England right now, maybe out of a diamond-shaped midfield, we have a 2v1 situation there. If you can unlock Matuidi, similar to Gregory, and become your playmaker out of deep positions, Pizarro a little bit higher, then he becomes very important for us on both sides of the ball, by the way. Looking for the ball from the back four, starting with Marsman, who's very good with his feet. We'll talk about him a little bit later. And then become the facilitator to find that front four with vertical passes more than anything else. So, yes, big game for Matuidi.
But you're talking about it from an attacking point of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for me, the defending that's most important. The number 10 for New England Revolution, Carlos Heel, 10 assists on the season. You
time.
look at even his underlying statistics, shot creating actions, expected assists, is running away with those statistical categories in MLS. No one has really been able to figure him out. And so those two have a job on just to try and keep him in check, because not really too many teams in MLS have even come close.
I don't know if I'm sweating because of the heat, or I'm just really excited for this game. Obviously, with the players that
It's the
haven't.
latter.
It's the latter of the two.
Absolutely.
But don't go anywhere because we have a jam-packed show today, and we have a special guest joining us just after the break.
AutoNation is growing. America's largest and most admired automotive retailer is hiring for all positions at over 300 locations. Sales, service, support staff, and more. Apply online today at jobs.autonation.com.
Today tastes like a fresh start. Like a hot spot. Tastes like a head in the clouds. And like 2 feet off the ground. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Stir things up with Espolón Tequila, the official tequila sponsor of Inter Miami CF. Made with hand-harvested 100% Blue Weber agave from Los Altos de Jalisco, Mexico. Grab an Espolón cocktail at a stadium bar today.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here, the Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. With Wendy's signature Applewood smoked bacon smothered in our brand new Bourbon Bacon sauce. Because Wendy's goes all in on flavor, unlike other places.
Innovation is this team's secret sauce.
Isn't our secret sauce kind of like Thousand Islands?
Shh, they might be listening. Bill's right. Everyone, break your phone.
Get 'em on the
table. I don't have an insurance plan for my phone.
It's no secret. When it comes to flavor, we got you. With the new Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Wendy's.
Into Drive Pink Stadium, home of Inter Miami. Again, Inter Miami taking on New England Revolution. If you've been living under a rock or if you missed our pregame show here, we have a very special guest, Catalina Ferrer. You're an ambassador for the Hispanic Star Award, sponsored by Procter & Gamble. So I have a couple of questions for you because I want to understand it a little bit more. It sounds absolutely incredible, but what is the role of the Hispanic Star here in South Florida?
Well, the Hispanic Star is a network of Hispanics, the largest network of Hispanics here in America. So we have corporate America, we have community leaders, we have professionals, small business owners, all align and looking to elevate the community, looking to support each other and support the community. We're in the community, for the community, by the community.
It's incredible. What do these partners bring to this community that you were just alluding to?
I think you can see it. We bring real initiatives, real change, real support for the Hispanic community, for all communities, because we're all inclusive, right?
No, and I think that's one thing. Obviously, I'm newish to Miami, and I think that's one of the best things that I've learned here about Inter Miami is just the inclusiveness of it. It feels really like a family. But what are the goals of this partnership?
I think that more than anything is not only to bring the community together, but to bring that accessibility to all races, all people, all Hispanics, to have access to better jobs, better health, better education, gender equality, and you can see it. So that's what we strive for.
I think it's a great marriage, by the way. Inter Miami CF.
Oh, it's perfect.
La Familia,
I
as we
love
call
it.
them.
No,
it's awesome.
truly, it's
really
bringing
awesome.
corporate America, bringing sports, bringing the people, and making those resources available to everyone.
Oh,
That's what we're here for.
I think one thing as
You
well
have a
that
Canadian, you got an American, you got a Dutchman, and
I was born in
here
Ecuador,
we go.
but
Diversity.
But
There
you
we
look
go.
at it week in and week out. You show up to the stadium, and yes, the team hasn't been doing well, but it's the La Familia that are showing up week in and week out. They're traveling to away games, and again, it's that inclusiveness that everyone's accepted. It doesn't matter what supporters group you're from. It doesn't matter even if you are involved in a supporters group. It really is truly, truly amazing.
it's La Familia. It's
Yeah.
La Familia, right? It's
So,
a partnership.
What can you tell us about what the partnership is, though? So, for those watching that want to know how Hispanic Star and Inter Miami are working together, what is the partnership?
Well, we're working for the community, right? We're creating programs like what you mentioned, the Hispanic Star Award, Campeones del Futuro. We're really laser focused on the Latino youth, supporting the Latino youth, also improving. That will improve the leadership skills, but also their commitment to academic progress. And when you really start young, then you can see the value in it, right? They can not only be excellent players, soccer players, football players, but to make sure that everybody understands.
Yes.
But
It's okay,
also,
we call it football, so.
yeah, of course, and but also to be the leaders in the community that we need, right? The kids are the future. Latinos are the future. We know that. I mean, the numbers were 60 million, 18% of the population, and growing. Right, by 2050 will be 25%. So why not really invest in this community?
I want to ask you something because now, obviously, being a mom of two, my main focus is just creating and growing my two young boys just to be good, genuine human beings and to make this world a better place. So, how important is that youth aspect in what you guys are doing?
I mean, youth, the whole youth is the future. So like I mentioned, so we are focusing on providing these resources like sports, like education, like health, to make them accessible to them. And I think that's our focus right now, but we also have other initiatives, not only for the young people but also for those working in the community, for those who are managers and directors, or our frontline workers. We have initiatives that are helping them advance, and it's all about that upward mobility and making sure that the community can grow, right?
Well, Catalina, honestly, thank you so much for joining us. I wish we had an hour to keep you on here just to chat and go really in depth with it. It was an absolute pleasure. You're
Thank you
welcome
so
back
much. No,
anytime,
thank
or if you want to grab a glass of wine sometime, I am open to that. I'm forcing
And we
I'm
invite you
forcing
too.
alcohol on people at the moment. I'm sorry. That's not what we do. That's not what we do here at Inter Miami.
And we're invited.
Yeah, we're invited.
Yes, please become part of the Hispanic Star. We need allies, right?
I love
We
it.
need
Well,
you guys.
thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys stay tuned because when we come back, we got warm-ups. We're going to break down the starting 11s because finally we have big-time players back into the 11. Everyone is healthy, and 3 points is on the line.
The school bus.
The Zack wagon.
Wally.
No matter what you call your car or why you're letting it go, AutoNation will buy it, and you don't have to buy one from us. We're paying top dollar right now. So go to AutoNation.com or come see us for a super easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot, and you can deposit it the same day. Visit any AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. What drives you drives us.
For the community.
Because now I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
To protect my patients.
Because I wanted to protect myself.
So I could go visit my mom.
To protect my husband.
I said yes to the COVID-19 vaccine because I have been the one present in the room with a patient's last breaths.
If more people were vaccinated, we could put an end to this pandemic and get back to some sense of normalcy.
Today tastes like a fresh start. Like a hot spot. Tastes like a head in the clouds. And like 2 feet off the ground. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Rhythm. It flows through all of us. But rhythms change. That's why Ford SUVs are built to match your tempo.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here. The Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. With Wendy's signature Applewood smoked bacon smothered in our brand new bourbon bacon sauce. Because Wendy's goes all in on flavor, unlike other places.
Innovation is this team's secret sauce.
Isn't our secret sauce kind of like Thousand Island?
Shh, they might be listening. Bill's right. Everyone, break your phone.
Get 'em on the table.
I don't have an insurance plan for my phone.
It's no secret. When it comes to flavor, we got you. With the new Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Wendy's.
Welcome back into the pregame show with myself, Thomas Rung, Chris Whittingham. I didn't even introduce us, and it's taken me about 25 to 30 minutes. You guys should know who we are by now, all right? And if you don't, check out our Twitter handles. I want to dive into the starting 11s. Obviously, they just got released. Let's start with Inter Miami. Now, as mentioned, since week 2, we haven't seen Pizarro, we haven't seen Robinson or Higuain together in that lineup due to injury or due to fitness reasoning. So I'm going to start with goalkeeping, though. How about that? Let's start from our back, work our way up. Obviously, Marsman coming into this lineup and speaking to Phil Neville, this is a huge asset to this club, and he thinks it can really turn it around.
Yeah, and ultimately, it's about, first off, I think Inter Miami do want to play out from the back on occasion. And I think that Marsman represents an upgrade there. I guess the next question is, can he take a step up from making routine saves to making somewhat difficult saves, right? Can he win you matches? Can he win you points with the quality of the saves that he makes? Because Inter Miami, I don't think, give away too many clear goal-scoring chances. And so if the goalkeeper can rise to the occasion once or twice, that can be a huge step forward. But I think ultimately, Thomas, it's about the ability for Inter Miami to build out from the back and how much the goalkeeper can add there.
Without a doubt. And that's the reason why Phil has brought in Marsman, the 30-year-old that played 25 games last season for Feyenoord, which is still the second best club after Ajax in the Netherlands, won some European championships in the 60s and 70s. And he's a guy that represented the Netherlands on the under 20, under 23 level. And when I talk to people, one thing always stands out. Very calm and composed. Good shot blocker. But most importantly, great leader, organizer, but more so, the most important thing, yard ball, but the 20 or 30-yard ball, and he could bypass that initial pressure of New England maybe and find some players higher up the field, which is huge for this team.
And I think that's one thing we've noticed with Inter Miami where they have struggled. They're forced to try to play out of the back when it's on, and teams see it now. They press them high up the pitch. They get after them. And I think that's one thing that Phil Neville said, and you just alluded to it. He can chip that ball in past that front line of pressure, getting into the midfield because they have the midfield quality to get on it. I want to talk about the back line. Makoun, Perez, Shawcross. We got Okay, Thomas, you walk me through it. You're the host of the show. Go on now.
It's a 4-2-3-1, as we know, with the two holders. We talked about Matuidi earlier on, obviously. Sawgrass back in, good passer as well. LGP, the captain, the hard man. Makoun there. We deeply down thought, could it be Kieran Gibbs? No, it's not yet because he's
one thing with
fit enough.
one thing with Gibbs and speaking to them this week is he hasn't played since January. He knows his fitness is not up, and it's difficult. We saw it with Shawcross when he first came here. The heat, the humidity, it's very difficult transition. Then rainy, cold England. So they will probably see him feature. We were supposed to see him feature during New York, so probably around maybe 60th, 70th minute we'll see him today.
Correct. Figal at right side, and we always have said there's something about Figal we like on the right side because he has urgency when he goes forward. Doesn't always make the right decision in the final third, but with more playing time and Leerdam being with the Suriname national team, I think this is a great opportunity for him. I like this back four. I like this here. And as Chris said, on the other side, New England has a lot of great numbers centrally, including Hill, obviously. So he'll run into Matuidi or Yola from a defensive standpoint.
When you're going against a team that's playing out of a diamond, for me, you want to get joy in wide areas. I'm sure you can agree. And
Absolutely.
so I think a lot of it will come down to
Look
Figal
at you,
on the
coach.
every once in a while. I get the tactical bit. But I think it'll probably happen more from the right side because Makoun is not really going to create the overloads down that left. Robbie Robinson coming back is immensely helpful. I thought he was really strong in the first couple of weeks of the season. But at the same time, I think that you're going to want to be able to get some joy in wide areas.
And it'll be interesting to see as the game progresses. Obviously, you said Makoun doesn't really add to the attack. Maybe bring someone like a Gibbs off they can get forward and create those overloads.
And New England's diamond is very tight, Kaylin. So Chris is absolutely right. Here is where we can hurt this team. And here with Robinson's speed as well, I think, to get behind that back four.
Now, obviously, without the absence of Gregory in that midfield, he's the one that dictates play. He hits those quick switch plays. It's going to come down to one of those two midfields in Yoa or Matuidi to get on the ball and really start hitting and spraying the ball. So for you, does Yoa need to play a little bit higher up the pitch and just leave Matuidi there to screen off the front and get the ball and hit the quick switch play?
I would like to see it the other way around. I think Yoa is a very good holding midfielder that can play simple in there. I think Matuidi has more in his arsenal than he's shown to us right now. I would release him a little bit more and say, you know what, you can end up being a little bit closer to Pizarro, similar to Gregory. Gregory with the ball as of late was very good in penetrating. Gregory looked vertically with runs and with balls as well. I hope that my Tweety today is saying, you know what, here you go, Pizarro. Here you go, Higuain. Here you go, Robinson. And not play possession for the sake of possession, which I think it's a huge game for him. And it's huge for those two big-time DPs that after 18 days finally fit, can show in front of their home crowd. After 5 losses against the what better way to change this thing around? And we had that feeling before the Red Bull game to change it around against the leading team in the East, New England Revolution.
And we were at the training session before the last weekend's match that was supposed to take place. Good energy, quality training session, players getting after and getting stuck into one another and having a go when it wasn't good enough, which was a shift in what we had seen in previous weeks at the training ground.
Healthier, and you know that, Kaylin, you've been there. Competition gets the best out of most players. I used to compete because I know when I wouldn't play well, both in practice and the game, there was somebody else would take my position. And seems like now we're getting deeper and deeper in our roster with more quality, which means now you got to fight for positions.
And then just looking at the bench, obviously with Chapman, Shea, Carranza, those three have been in and out of that lineup. So like you alluded to, we can bring them off once the game starts to open up. Talk to me about Robinson. Obviously, it's the mental aspect of the game, but when you have a manager like Phil Neville that really is good at managing players, will this feed into a good performance again from Robinson, or will...
Yeah. He's been trying to build him up, right? From the preseason, he's saying one of my best players is Robbie Robinson, and this player's the number 1 pick in the college draft, which still means something. And ultimately, it's about, can he carry a threat down that left-hand side? Can he go at fullbacks and cause them problems? I really liked how he played in the first couple weeks. I think if you're talking about a mental block, it would be the explosion to really sprint hard at a defender when he's coming off of 3. It's an initial hamstring injury, but then 2 reoccurrences of it. Is he really going to be, full go getting after it, sprinting at defenders? Because if he does, he can get after them.
We talked about Pizarro. We talked about Higuain. We talked about Matuidi. This is a huge game for Robbie Robinson for some of the reasons that Chris mentioned. But also, he's got this tag of the number 1 pick, 2 years ago. And for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out for him. You look at Daryl Dickey, number 5, by the way, in the first round. He's lightening it up right now for the U.S. men's national team, and potentially players and coaches were talking about if Robbie Robinson has a great year with Inter Miami, Greg Berhalter might look at him because he's got something special. Where is he mentally? Where is he after he's gone off 3 times with a hamstring? You've been there, not easy to come back from. I never had that mental block. I hope Robbie can shed all of that and has a breakout game today as well, where he could be involved in goals and assists. So important.
Thomas, I wasn't quick enough to pull my hamstring. Let's just clear that up very quickly, all right? I'm throwing myself under the bus. Now, talk to me.
We might be pulling our hammies in segment 4 based on what we got coming up here.
You need to stick around. I'm going to tease that because we're all going to be playing football here, okay? I'm going to be playing in heels and a jumpsuit. But I just want to stick to this 11 because Morgan, for me, we saw last season a breakout season. He was absolutely fantastic. What do you think he needs to add to his game? Because it's been a little bit inconsistent for him, a bumpy ride. Now, obviously, we can allude that to performances, players being in and out of lineups.
It's not an addition to. I think the inclusion of Robbie Robinson will help him, will make us more balanced, because now you can say, okay, with all due respect to Breck Shea, with all due respect to some other players that played out there in that position, including Pizarro, including some other players as well, he would be not necessarily the ideal guy. I would love to see him in a 4-4-2 with Higuain, but let Phil make those decisions, obviously. But I think if we have a more balanced attack, because people could pretty hone into Lewis Morgan. Lewis Morgan has not played as well as he did last year. There's reasons for that. Although chance creation, crosses still more than anybody else. But I hope right now that they, as center backs right now, if you have Robbie Robinson, you know that, Kalen, you got to come over and cover, because he can get 1v1. All of a sudden, now things might open up 1v1 on the other side if we switch the point of attack through Pizarro or Matuidi, where there's a little bit more joy in time and space for Morgan to get back into his game.
I think one thing will be interesting this evening is if we see it with Pizarro and Higuain, that partnership up top, because I find when Higuain gets isolated, that's when he starts to float out of games. He's not as direct. He's not looking for it. So how does Pizarro stay a little bit more attached to him and not go wandering and looking for the ball and trying to find and using Matuidi and Ioa to get on the ball there?
He's always going to have something of a free role. But to me, it's routinely getting to the ball into those areas, right? I think you can criticize Pizarro's role within it, but I think it's about how often you're getting from back to front. And that's the frustration from my point of view. And hopefully seeing Figal at right back, hopefully seeing an almost entirely fully fit and fully ready to go Inter Miami team, that you're going to see the ball get into attacking areas more often. Phil Neville talked about putting more balls into the box, getting more numbers in the box, and I think that's what's absolutely needed, because they just don't create enough chances.
Right.
And so you get Higuain gets starved when he doesn't feel like he can get close to creating chances.
I think in the build-up,
this is my favorite, by the way.
These are the little pockets where Pizarro could float and we can find them. And then this means here, as Chris said, get close to Higuain. Get in the box as that second and third runner. We need to get numbers in the box with sustained possession. I think we can do that.
All right, if you don't understand that, go have a drink and maybe you'll understand it when we come back. You're going to want to come back, okay? Because I'm not even going to tell you who is going to join us on set. All I have to say is if you have a soccer ball at home, go and get it and join us. We'll be right back after the break.
Sure are a lot of different drivers out there, and AutoNation is here for every one of them. The go-getters, blinksters, haulers, even rock stars. We're America's largest and most admired automotive retailer, and we love getting you on the road. So to all the on-timers, hard workers, and get-out-of-towners, keep at it. What drives you drives us. AutoNation.
Rhythm. It flows through all of us. But rhythms change. That's why Ford SUVs are built to match your tempo.
Today tastes like a fresh start. Like a hot spot. Tastes like a head in the clouds. And like 2 feet off the ground. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here. The Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. With Wendy's signature Applewood smoked bacon smothered in our brand new Bourbon Bacon sauce. Because Wendy's goes all in on flavor, unlike other places.
Innovation is this team's secret sauce.
Isn't our secret sauce kind of like Thousand Island?
Shh, they might be listening. Bill's right. Everyone, break your phone.
Get them on the table. I don't have an insurance plan for my phone.
It's no secret. When it comes to flavor, we got you with the new Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Wendy's.
AutoNation is growing. America's largest and most admired automotive retailer is hiring for all positions at over 300 locations. Sales, service, support staff, and more. Apply online today at jobs.autonation.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show at Drive Pink Stadium. The fans are rolling in, the cervezas are getting drank. It's hot, it's humid, so they have to have refreshment. I'm really been talking about a lot of alcohol in this pregame show.
Yeah.
Apologies, but to be fair, a lot of our sponsors are they
I
have
think you're
alcohol in
issuing
them.
a subtle hint to the sponsors.
If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. Well done, Heineken.
I love it. Okay, well, our next guest, we actually have royalty here. I'm
Thank
buzzing
you.
about this. They sent. Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone who it is because I'm girl crushing at the moment. So thank you so much for joining us. First off, we have
Thank
Laura
you.
Biondo joining us. First off, I saw you juggling over there. You're a freestyle. You've been on Cirque du Soleil. You literally do it all. You don't even look like you've been sweating.
Oh my God, I'm sweating though.
Tell us a little bit about you because I'm like flabbergasted that you're like, I just don't understand it. You're so good with the ball at your feet.
Thank you. Well, to make it short, I started playing soccer when I was 10. When I moved to the U.S., I'm from Venezuela. That's when I discovered women's soccer. I played here at school, Then I moved to Italy. I played professional in Italy, and then I discovered freestyle. I actually stopped playing. I was really young. I was only 20 because I discovered freestyle. So then I started practicing. At that time, there was no competitions for girls, so I would compete with guys, and I just then started pushing for females. And you know what? We won our competition, so then that started happening. And in these 12 years that I've been doing freestyle, I've traveled to over 25 countries. I've won World Championship, Latin American Championship, and I have 11 Guinness World Records.
Wow, 11 Guinness World Records.
What are some of the world records?
Wait, hold on. If you didn't
What are
feel
some of the
bad
world
about
records?
feel bad about yourselves now,
This is royalty.
you
You're
do
right.
now. Tell us
Cirque
some of those.
Soleil and Guinness World.
Okay, so
11.
what are some of those?
Yeah.
So there's 5 different ones that I've beaten multiple times. One is the most around the worlds in 1 minute.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
around the world.
I'll
yeah.
show you later. The other one is most headers in a minute. So just bouncing it on my head.
How many was that?
Like 218 or something like that.
Stop.
Yeah.
Thomas, we're going to get to that. Sit down. No, Thomas, we're getting to that.
Oh, we're getting to that.
We're getting to that. Sit down, TR.
Maybe don't turn your back to the
And
camera.
you can't turn your back on the camera.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry.
What else?
Most shin juggles in a minute. So I'm sitting down,
Shin
juggling with
juggles?
his shin. Yeah.
I feel like that was
Like bang,
Thomas's
bang,
game.
bang.
Just
Yeah.
bad touches in games.
You're
I'm just
funny guy.
Then-
Okay, what else?
The other one is most soul juggles in a minute. So I'm laying down with my feet up, and then I'm juggling with the soles of the foot.
Stop.
I'll show you that as well. Then another one is most clippers in a minute. That's my favorite trick.
Okay.
And it's a trick that you do behind like one leg. Woo. I'll show you that one as
Ooh.
well. And then the latest one that I did is most touches with the football on a treadmill. So I'm jogging on a treadmill, juggling the ball.
Take us to
Okay.
school.
By
Take
the way,
us to school.
let's move these chairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Take us to school.
We got to somehow keep these headsets like kind of on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas, no,
Not
just
me.
get out of her way. Yeah, not you,
All
not
right.
you, not you. Okay, how much space do you need? Do we need to
How
move
much
these?
space?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Okay,
that should
so
be good.
what is your favorite? Do your favorite.
The
Okay,
Clippers.
Clipper.
The Clippers. All right. Oh
my God.
goodness.
That is not fair.
I would be, oh,
That is not fair. Oh my God. Dude, here, what?
Thomas, take your headset off.
our producer Manu said, not even
Wait,
on your best
everyone-
day, Thomas. All right. All right. Thomas, she did 220 of those, Thomas. You're nowhere
Thomas,
near
you
it.
have about 2. Okay, so wait. Thomas, let her show us. Oh.
All right. All right. Oh. All right, you
Okay,
got the
what's
6.
the one with your soul? Can you show us that one? The soul first.
All right. So, holy goodness me.
That's a joke, by the way.
Oh my God.
Oh. Are you serious?
Here, let's kick it to each
Oh
other.
no,
Sitting
Thomas,
down.
Thomas, hold
Why
on.
not?
Get up. I'm
Oh, get
gonna
up.
intro this right now.
What are you introing?
No, can we try? Let's see how many we can keep up in a group with our heads.
Oh no.
Can we do like a Guinness record with that? Okay,
A
we're all taking our heads.
A Guinness record.
Yeah, we're
What
gonna
are you
create
on about?
We're gonna create our own. All right. All right.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try and do it with the headset on. I'm gonna try my play-by-play skills. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh. All right. I'm trying to participate and keep the audience engaged at the same time. Oh, Barefoot Kaylin. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, Thomas, I killed you. All right, thank you so much. All right. No, we're good. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming up. Thomas has to insist that he's
Do you notice
incredible
how
trickster.
I love that Chris is like, you guys wrap it up. Me and Thomas are like, no, we're footballers. We want to keep going. We want to keep going. Honestly, that is insane.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right.
The one that she did with like the rolling on the soles is ridiculous.
It's a joke. Okay, you two need to take a seat. Come on now. Let's focus. Let's focus. Here's Thomas. Thomas, your pants are gonna rip. Or you're gonna throw your back out. I like it. Now sit down.
All right.
Now, Laura. Okay, I gotta wait for her to get on headset so we can hear.
Do a rainbow. Do a rainbow for the kids.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we're getting requests here for tricks. All
Woo!
right.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Wait.
Woo!
It's impressive. I feel like we need that louder.
Very
Come
impressive.
On. That is impressive, to say the least. So, just quickly, what's next for you then?
I'm competing in a month. I almost forgot that,
Okay.
right? No, I haven't. Last time I competed was 2019. So I decided this year to try it again. And then I'll be judging a competition further on in the year as well.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And
honestly,
success.
Thank you so much for
Wow.
coming on. Really, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you want.
Oh, don't tell me because I'll be here every day.
Okay, perfect. You heard her. I'll talk to the producer. We'll get you tickets. Anyways, thank you again so much for joining us. Thank you guys for being part of it. I hope you had balls in your house and you were kicking around. Now don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
AutoNation is growing. America's largest and most admired automotive retailer is hiring for all positions at over 300 locations. Sales, service, support staff, and more. Apply online today at jobs.autonation.com.
Today tastes like a fresh start. Like a hot spot. Tastes like a head in the clouds. And like 2 feet off the ground. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Stir things up with Espolón Tequila, the official tequila sponsor of Inter Miami CF. Made with hand-harvested 100% Blue Weber agave from Los Altos de Jalisco, Mexico. Grab an Espolón cocktail at a stadium bar today.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here. The Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. With Wendy's signature Applewood smoked bacon smothered in our brand new bourbon bacon sauce. Because Wendy's goes all in on flavor, unlike other places.
Innovation is this team's secret sauce.
Isn't our secret sauce kind of like Thousand Island?
Shh, they might be listening. Bill's right. Everyone, break your phone.
Get him on the table. I don't have an insurance plan for my phone.
It's no secret. When it comes to flavor, we got you. With the new Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Wendy's.
Welcome back into the pregame show. Now, let's just be honest. I was sick of Thomas. I was sick of Chris Whittingham. And I got way better people joining me. So let's start down at the far end. What's your name? Sebastian, how old are you? 10. Do you play football?
Yes.
What position do you play?
Wide receiver.
Ooh, okay. Or soccer.
Yeah, soccer.
Okay, wrong football. Come on now. What? Okay, that's my fault. I forgot we're in America. What position do you play in soccer?
Goalkeeper and center mid.
Oh, okay, so you do it all. I feel like you could be like a little midfielder.
No, I'm a fullback.
You're so you're rapid then. You're fast?
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
I'm a forward.
You score the goals.
Yeah.
So you're like Higuain.
Uh-huh.
I love it. What's your name?
Except better.
Here, talk into this thing. What's your name? Jordan. And how old are you, Jordan?
7.
You're 7. Do you play soccer as well? What position? Forward. Amazing. Do you guys play on the same team or anything?
No. Me and him used to. I used to play on the same team as him. Yeah.
Ooh, who's on the better team now?
We don't go against each other. Me and him. No, I go on a different team called PSG Plantation Training Academy. He's in Baby Sharks.
Ah, very cool. So is this your first game at an Inter Miami game?
No, we have season tickets.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the hot seat. Are you guys ready? I'm going to start down with you. Who's your favorite player for Inter Miami?
Lewis Morgan.
Okay, what about you?
Lewis Morgan.
You can't all say Lewis Morgan. What about you?
Lewis Morgan.
What about you? Who?
Breck Shea.
It's the hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you like me because the hair. We have similar hair, don't we? No? Oh, amazing. So you guys come to every single match. Do you watch all the away games as well?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so if your dream job, let's talk about your dream job. What would your dream job be?
To have a contract at Inter Miami.
You heard it here, Jorge Mas. Actually, Jorge Mas is going to join us. I'm going to tell him that you want a lifetime membership here. What about you?
Me? No offense to this team.
Oh, stop. You're fine. I'm going to say.
But I would rather have a contract with Spurs.
Okay, Tottenham. I like it, playing in the EPL. What about you?
I would like a contract to either Inter Miami or Argentina.
What about you?
Coach for Argentina.
I love that. That is amazing. You guys have such big goals. You guys all want to be soccer players. You want to be coaches. My father-in-law is a coach in the league, so I'll give you some tips and tricks, yeah? Or maybe we'll get you a meeting with Phil Neville, and he can teach you a little bit of something. Does that sound good? What's your guys' my last question, then I'm going to let you guys go. You can go and enjoy some food. What's the score for tonight? What's your prediction?
2-0 us.
I love it. What about you?
Same.
Same? What about
1-2 us.
1-2? Okay. I love it, you guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. All your parents and your fans are over there.
Yeah.
Well, give your fans a wave. They came here to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We do really appreciate it. And I better hear you guys cheering loud, okay?
Yes.
And anytime you want to come on the pregame show, you just yell at me from over here. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Anything you need to say to your fans before you go?
Go Inter Miami.
Oh, I like it.
Hi.
Any like girlfriends you guys need to shout out?
No.
Yeah, girls are gross. Stay away from them.
Yes.
Stay away from them. What am I even thinking? Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us.
No
We'll
problem.
see you guys later. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We've got more after the break.
The school bus.
The Zach wagon.
Wally.
No matter what you call your car or why you're letting it go, AutoNation will buy it, and you don't have to buy one from us. We're paying top dollar right now. So go to AutoNation.com or come see us for a super easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot, and you can deposit it the same day. Visit any AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. What drives you drives us.
For the community.
Because now I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
To protect my patients.
Because I wanted to protect myself.
So I could go visit my mom.
To protect my husband.
I said yes to the COVID-19 vaccine because I have been the one present in the room with a patient's last breaths.
If more people were vaccinated, we could put an end to this pandemic and get back to some sense of normalcy.
Today tastes like a fresh start, like a hot spot. Tastes like a head in the clouds, and like 2 feet off the ground. Today tastes like a Sunday ritual, and it never tasted this good.
flows through all of us. But rhythms change. That's why Ford SUVs are built to match your tempo.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here. The Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. With Wendy's signature Applewood smoked bacon smothered in our brand new bourbon bacon sauce. Because Wendy's goes all in on flavor, unlike other places.
Innovation is this team's secret sauce.
Isn't our secret sauce kind of like Thousand Island?
Shh, they might be listening. Bill's right. Everyone, break your phone.
Get him on the table! I don't have an insurance plan for my phone.
It's no secret. When it comes to flavor, we got you. With the new Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Only at Wendy's.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I must have been like, I smell or something. Everyone has left me. I'm riding solo. I'm driving this ship by myself. The players have just finished up warm up. They've gone back inside. It's super humid here tonight. It's hot. The fans are starting to trickle in. Again, we're going against New England Revolution, who are sitting first in their group with 8 wins, 3 draws, and just 3 losses with 27 points. Inter Miami yet to win at home, but they do have 3 back-to-back games here. And again, just speaking to Phil Neville throughout the week, they've really changed the mindset within the group. And also one interesting thing that he had spoken about was Pizarro. Pizarro had a new light to him. He had been working and training extremely hard and was one of the best trainers within the group. I do want to go over, again, if you've been living under a rock or you missed the pregame show, you're going to need to go back and rewatch it because we had it all. We had freestylers. I was out here juggling in heels. We had amazing guests, and obviously was joined with Thomas Rong and Chris Whittingham, who will be on the radio. Lineup for Inter Miami: Marsman goes straight into goal. McCoon out on the left. Perez through the middle. Shaw across his partner right beside him in center back. Figuel out on the right. Matuidi Ulloa. Obviously, Gregory out with that red card. Should have served it versus New York, but that game was canceled due to a thunderstorm that had rolled through. The poor team got stuck there. Pizarro sitting in that number 10 role. Robinson back in, and this is a huge bonus for Inter Miami. They have been missing that speed and that pace down the opposite flank. Morgan on that right-hand flank and Gonzalo Higuain leading this front line. One thing that I really noticed in the training session, and it's been really extremely nice, we get to go as many times we want throughout the week, but usually closer to game time, we get to see their playing style and what they've been really transitioning on from defense to offense. And it was the mindset shift within the group that we noticed. You saw players, a togetherness that you hadn't seen at other training sessions. Obviously, when you're in a team and you've been struggling, a lot has happened in the offseason, new coaching staff, and then really being unlucky in some of these results, having good results, the win versus Montreal. So again, here tonight, I think the guys have some hunger and some grit between their teeth. Talking to a few of them coming off the bus, you could just see that they were excited. They're excited to be at home. They're excited to kick off these 3 back-to-back games here at Drive Pink Stadium. Again, all the fans trickling in. It's incredible to see. The field is perfect. I'm jealous. It's starting to kind of cool down. I'm not sweating so much. I really thought linen would be a good choice. It's not. I'm a wrinkly mess. But again, join us on all of our social media. If you can't catch the game, join us on the pregame show. We do the pregame show for every home match with myself, Thomas Rong, and Chris Whittingham. We usually have some great guests. Have some beers with us. Have some vino. I've been talking about alcohol a lot. I'm single parenting at the moment. Okay, my husband's in Europe, so that's for that. But again, Inter Miami taking on New England Revolution. Kickoff happening at 7:30 Eastern here at Drive Pink Stadium. Make sure you tune in.